Have you ever wondered why, in a world more connected than ever, loneliness seems to be a growing epidemic? Our digital age buzzes with the constant hum of connection, yet an undercurrent of loneliness persists. It's a paradox, isn't it? We've got social media at our fingertips, a myriad of ways to reach out and connect, yet we find ourselves feeling more disconnected than ever. We are social creatures by nature. We crave connections, friendships, a sense of belonging. Yet despite our interconnected world, we find ourselves isolated, our yearnings for companionship unfulfilled. Loneliness isn't just a state of mind, it's a societal issue that's been magnified by the digital age. We're surrounded by virtual connections, yet starved of the meaningful companionship we crave. It's a conundrum that's as complex as it is compelling. In a world teeming with opportunities for connection, why does loneliness continue to thrive? Let's begin with a tale that might shed some light on this paradox. Once upon a time, in a world not unlike our own, there was an apple tree and a child. This tale begins with the simplest form of friendship, one that was nurtured in the heart of nature itself. The apple tree, grand and benevolent, stood tall and proud in the sun-dappled meadow, its branches heavy with the promise of sweet crimson apples. And the child, sprightly and innocent, found joy in the company of this silent but generous giant. Day after day, the child would visit the tree, seeking the cool shade of its leaves, the succulent taste of its fruit, and the comforting presence of a friend. The tree, in return, relished the laughter and energy of the child, its leaves rustling in mirth as the child played around its gnarled roots. Their bond was pure and unspoken, forged in the crucible of shared moments and mutual care. But as the wheel of time turned, the child began to drift away. Seduced by the allure of new companions and the thrill of novel experiences, the child ventured further from the tree. The tree, ever patient and understanding, waited in the meadow, its branches still heavy with apples, but its heart heavier with the longing for its friend. The child's visits became less frequent, their laughter less boisterous, their gaze less warm. The child was growing up, chasing dreams and friendships that didn't involve the tree. The tree, rooted in place, could only watch as the child they had nurtured moved away, leaving behind the echo of their laughter and the shadow of their friendship. The tale of the apple tree and the child is more than just a story. It's a reflection of our own journeys, our friendships, and the inevitable drifts that come with growth and change. It's a poignant reminder of the bonds we leave behind in our quest for the new and the silent companions who wait for us, hoping for our return. As the child distanced themselves, the tree felt the sting of abandonment. This feeling, a testament to the deep bond they once shared, was now replaced with a cavernous void of disappointment and distrust. It's a sensation many of us can relate to, a bitter pill we've had to swallow in the face of betrayal or neglect from those we hold dear. This sense of disillusionment, this profound disappointment, isn't easy to shake off. It seeps into the crevices of our being, tainting our perspective and coloring our outlook on future relationships. It's like a stain that refuses to be washed away, a constant reminder of the hurt we've endured. Distrust, on the other hand, is a protective mechanism, a fortress we build around ourselves to shield from further pain. But in its impenetrable walls, we often find ourselves trapped, unable to connect, unable to trust again. It's a self-imposed prison that keeps us safe, yes, but also alone. The struggle here isn't just about overcoming disappointment. It's about daring to trust again. It's about tearing down the walls of our fortress, brick by brick, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable once more. It's a journey, a process, and it's far from easy, yet it's in this struggle, this journey of healing and rediscovery, that we find our strength. We learn that it's okay to trust again, to open ourselves up to the possibility of new connections, new friendships. The tree, despite the hurt, remains standing, a testament to resilience. It serves as a reminder that we too can withstand the storms of disappointment and distrust, and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. In the face of loneliness, the tree found strength in its roots. The power of empathy and human connection is something that should never be underestimated. When the tree felt isolated, it was the understanding and compassion from its roots that provided solace. Even as the child drifted away, it was the tree's capacity for empathy that allowed it to bear the loneliness. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a remarkable trait. It fosters a sense of connection that can bridge the gap between two entities, regardless of their differences. It's the thread that weaves us into the fabric of life. Lifelong friendships, too, play a pivotal role in our emotional health and well-being. They provide a sense of belonging, a shared history, and the comfort of knowing that someone is there for you, just as the roots were there for the tree. These bonds offer a refuge, a sanctuary from the storms of life. Human connections, whether they're friendships, family ties, or bonds formed through shared experiences, are vital for our emotional resilience. They help us withstand the harsh winds of change, just as the tree withstood the loneliness. These connections, these roots, are what anchor us in times of turbulence. They provide the strength to not just survive, but to thrive. In the end, the tree understood that it was not alone. It had its roots, its connections, its empathy. And so do we. In our world, we are all both the tree and the child. In this fast-paced digital age, we find ourselves as both givers and receivers, seeking connections that are meaningful and enduring. Just as the apple tree offered its fruits and the child sought companionship, we all yearn for genuine interactions amidst the cacophony of online chatter. The digital realm, while teeming with potential friends, also poses its own challenges. The sheer abundance of connections can be overwhelming, turning the quest for true friendship into a daunting task. Yet it also gives us the unprecedented ability to reach out, to find those who share our passions, our dreams, and our struggles. Just like the tree and the child, we too face disappointments and frustrations. It's easy to feel lost, to become disillusioned. Yet, it's crucial to remember that each interaction, each connection is an opportunity for growth, for understanding, for empathy. In this digital age, the challenge is not finding connections, but nurturing them. The tree, in its wisdom, knew the value of patience and nurturing. Just as it patiently nurtured its apples, we too must nurture our relationships. Cultivating lifelong friendships is not just a social endeavor, but a key component of mental health. These bonds offer support, understanding, and a sense of belonging, buffering us against life's storms. Cultivating such friendships, however, requires time, patience, and a nurturing spirit, much like our tree. It involves listening, showing empathy, and being there for others in their times of need. It's about opening up, sharing your vulnerabilities, and allowing others to do the same. Self-care plays a pivotal role in this process. A well-nourished self is better equipped to nurture others. So take time for self-reflection, self-love, and self-improvement. As you become a better version of yourself, you'll find you're better able to cultivate and sustain meaningful relationships. In this journey of life, we must remember the lessons of the apple tree and the child. Stoicism, a philosophy from ancient Greece, has much to teach us about friendship and loneliness. This age-old philosophy champions self-reliance, urging us to draw strength from within and not to rely on external validation for our worth. It's a pillar of Stoicism to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This includes acknowledging the transient nature of friendships and the inevitable bouts of loneliness that life might throw our way. Stoicism also encourages the pursuit of virtue, of being the best person we can be, irrespective of our circumstances. This pursuit translates into the realm of friendships too, encouraging us to be good friends, to show empathy, and to nurture our relationships. In navigating the labyrinth of friendships and loneliness, Stoicism offers a balanced approach, reminding us that while we cherish our friendships, we must also learn to be comfortable in our own company. Like the apple tree, we must learn to stand strong, nurture our relationships, and above all, be kind to ourselves.